Hi there, welcome on in. I'd like to introduce someone amazing and wonderful to you. This is Kelly Fletcher, and I'm Angelique Meadow, and it's so great for us to be able to be here today to talk with you a little bit more on the down low about what it's really like to go through this process of transformation and empowerment on a real heart level. Miss Kelly Fletcher is talented in every area. She's not only a friend of mine, but also a client. And I was always really in admiration of who she is as a person, because no matter who she's working with or who she's talking to, she's always real. You can feel her genuineness about her. And this place that we're in today, this studio, is her office. A lovely place she's put together with a team of people where she does marketing and public relations and does a darn good job of it. She specializes in working with ladies. So any of you ladies out there who need marketing, this is your one.
Thank you, Angelique.
Yes, I'd love to hear a little bit more about you, what you're doing here. Tell us a little bit about that.
My story, is, as you know, is that we knew each other for a long time, and then we reconnected at a really kind of pivotal time in my life where my only son had gone to college and I was an empty nester and I was struggling with that. I was in my early 50s, so I'm struggling with like, what is my true purpose in life? And for the past 13 years that I've owned this business, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off and not really taking time to look within and to listen to that little voice. I felt like that I had really kind of lost my connection to God and my spirituality and lost my sense of listening to my inner gut and my intuition like I used to. And so I decided to make some radical changes, and COVID was really the catalyst. Like COVID has been the catalyst for so many of us and change. So we were working remotely, and I just had this moment where I was like, you know what, I'm living in my dream house on Cherokee Boulevard, where my son and I used to live in another section of the neighborhood that we called the Golden Ghetto, and we always used to drive down Cherokee Boulevard and dream about if we could ever live there. And I was living there, so I was kind of living what I thought was my dream, but nothing really changed inside of me. I feel like searching or not entirely happy. And so I would find my happiness in like, I'm going to get a new set of dishes, or I'm going to throw a party, or let's decorate for this holiday. I'm going to decorate for every holiday. Like there's a tote for everything. And all of a sudden I was just like, this stuff is weighing me down. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just had this almost like, I don't know, awakening, I guess is the word, where I was like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of a lot of stuff and I'm going to sell my house. So I got rid of a ton of stuff. I mean, probably like about half the stuff in my house. I did keep like 2 sets of china. I didn't get rid of, all of the china. But, and I was going to move to downtown Knoxville. We're working virtually anyway. And instead, I felt really conflicted about that. And I felt like I needed to go somewhere and kind of push myself out of my comfort zone and work remotely and split my time between Knoxville. And so I decided to go to my happy place, which is 30A. It's for Rosemary Beach, Florida. So I rented a furnished condo for 6 months. And then I decided, actually before I even decided to do that, we were already working together. So now we're working remotely, and it has just been, it's been really hard, but it's so far the best thing I've ever done for myself. Anytime you decide to push yourself out of your comfort zone and really take an honest look at what's going on in your heart, that's scary. And I felt like for me, getting out of my comfort zone, part of that was going somewhere where I wasn't constantly filled with activity. Because when I'm here in my Knoxville home, I'm constantly, even during COVID, meeting up with friends, going to dinners, going to, just filled up with so many activities that I thought that if I went somewhere else where I was forced to be more alone and forced to have more quiet time and more reflection time, then it might be more productive. You have been really the beacon of reason and validation. One thing that I've learned from working with you is that it's okay to say no. It's okay to do things differently. It's okay to feel vulnerable. I mean, I think it was last week I had a really hard day because I was really homesick, and I had some friends who had been down and they left to go back home, and I was having a really hard time. So my first reaction was, well, I'm just gonna go do some stuff. So I left the condo. I didn't want to be there alone. I went to the grocery store. I went and got some dinner. I just didn't want to go back there and be alone because I was afraid of that. And then when I did, I kind of lost it, and I called you. And I was like, what am I so afraid of? Why am I so fearful of just sitting here and just being with my uneasiness? But I remember I was like, I'm gonna call Angelique, and it's like 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. I hope she answers. And you did. And I was trying so hard not to cry. And then I was just like, I just need to cry. I don't even really know why I'm crying, but I'm just crying. And you just kind of sat with me through that and lifted me up. And that's what you're so good at. And I've told so many people about what I'm working on with you, and I don't know what we call you. I kind of call you a life coach / spiritual leader / I don't know, friend who's just always there. So it's really hard to describe the relationship and what you do, but I guess I would describe it best by saying that you just walk with me through the progress that I'm making. And you've helped me learn to listen to my intuition, and and the one thing that you really taught me is how important it is to become our own best friend and to stop looking externally for validation and happiness and comfort and safety, and find it within myself so that I can be by myself and not freak out.
I'm really proud of you for being willing to listen.
Thank you.
It was calling you. It's been calling you for who knows how long, but it's been calling you so strongly now that you finally were ready to step out. And it's my honor to be someone beside you through this. Everybody needs someone beside them to do this.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yep.
Because it's nice to have, the greatest blessing, of course, to have the spiritual support of the Creator. But it is sure nice and wonderful and supportive to have a human being who can also affirm and stand and be there alongside of us as we go on journeys.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough. You're just awesome, and I look forward to what's next, and maybe we'll shoot another video. But this is your girl. Self-care is not selfish. If you really want to dig deep and stop living on the surface, then schedule a conversation with Angelique.